Hi guys, hey, I thought I would do another mini movie reviews. You guys seem to like these sometimes you don't, I don't know. But this is just kind of like something I've been doing. It's kind of like a series, I guess, that I've been doing for a while now. Started out with movie recommendations, and now this is kind of every movie I've seen since the last time I've done this video and kind of my opinion of it. So some are new, some aren't, but I don't know, I like doing these kinds of videos for some reason. Sharing my opinion on things you probably don't care about. And sometimes it's not full movies, sometimes it's like a whole series of a TV show or something. So like first on my list is the Fuller House season 3. It's the most recent one, the one in Japan. And I really like it. Honestly, I'm loving Fuller House. I really am. I think that it's always corny, but it's always hilarious. They really have a way of getting you to like what they're doing. If you like Full House and you haven't watched Fuller House, just watch it. It's just really nice and relaxing. You can watch every episode in one day. Another thing I watched, which everyone's gonna hate my opinion on it, but Moana. I didn't think it was that good at all. I actually found it to be really long and disappointing. I don't know, I thought the songs were better than some other Disney movies, but I wasn't like impressed. I was expecting so much because so many people talk about it so much, but I just didn't think it was that good. I wouldn't watch it again. Next, it took me long enough to watch this, Wonder Woman. I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was groundbreaking though. I feel like so many people talked about it as if it was like nothing had ever been made similar to it before, and I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed going through and watching it, but I didn't think it was like anything different. It felt very similar to every other superhero movie out there. I don't want to say I was disappointed with it, because if no one had said anything, I would have just watched it and enjoyed it, but because my hopes were so hyped up and everyone said it was so good, that's kind of why I was disappointed, if that makes sense. Another one, old movie that I recently watched because I had seen it when I was younger, but I didn't remember it. That's Practical Magic. It was on Netflix when I watched it with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, and I thought that was a good movie. It's really weird, and in the beginning it was kind of boring, the first half hour, and it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder, but it has the guy who plays Luca in ER, and I was like, what? That's so weird. It was just funny, and it was creepy, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it a lot, and I really recommend if you like things about magic and the 90s-ish times, you'll like it. Another one on Netflix is Our Souls at Night. It's with Jane Fonda and Robert Redford, and I love movies like this. It's a romantic comedy kind of movie, but for older people. I really liked Our Souls at Night. I know a lot of people didn't get great ratings, but I like Jane Fonda a lot. I like Robert Redford, and I just love when old couples get together. I just it's the cutest thing in the world. I watched Get Out. I thought it was really strong. I liked it. I think the acting was really good. And the direction was good. The plot was good. But it was just, it creeped me out. And I think that's what the intent. It was weird. I don't know. It made me uncomfortable, and I think that's the whole point of that movie. But I don't think it's the kind of movie I would watch again. Once is enough. It is burned into my memory. Bad Moms Christmas. Obviously, it's not Christmas time, but I watched Bad Moms Christmas, and I liked it, to be honest. Obviously, that's a second version of Bad Moms. Usually those aren't very good, especially when it's a comedy. Whenever they do a second version of a comedy, I don't think it's that good. But I thought it was pretty good. I just really like Mila Kunis. I like Kristen Bell. I like all the actresses in it. But also Kevin from This Is Us is in it as a completely different character. In case you were wondering, I was shocked. I forgot he was in it. I just really thought it was funny. It made me cry even. Okay, You Get Me. Oh my god, there's a Netflix original called You Get Me with Bella Thorne. I don't like Bella Thorne. I don't know why. Something about her rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if it's her as a person, or if it's her acting, or just her mannerisms. I really don't know. I'm not trying to be oh, I don't like her. There's just I don't enjoy watching her. But her character in this movie, she played it really well. Kind of character that is a psychopath. It was, how do I describe it? Okay, so a teenage guy kind of gets himself in a situation like Ross Geller. So him and his girlfriend break up for a small amount of time, and he makes a mistake, but instead of moving on like everyone did on Friends, it gets dragged out insane, an insane amount. It's very, I don't want to say scary, but it's really super intense and weird. I don't know, I probably wouldn't watch it again, but it definitely, like, I was intrigued to watch it. Like, I wanted to find out what was going to happen. Oh, this was a Showtime movie called The Rendezvous. It's with Stana Katic from Castle, and I love her, so anytime she does something, I try to watch it. I thought it was good. I had my parents watch it. They didn't really like it. It was kind of like an Indiana Jones type movie. Stana Katic, like, isn't the kind of person who would be doing Indiana Jones things, but she ends up having to for like a specific reason that you find out if you watch it. I just really love her. I think she's a great actress, and it just it's very, like, if you like that kind of Indiana Jones type, like, action-y kind of, like, trying to solve a mystery, like solve a puzzle kind of thing, you'll like it. It's like that. Okay, next up on my list is Paddington and Paddington 2. Oh my god, honestly, like, I don't want to say these are the best movies on this entire list of movies I've seen recently, but they're really, really good. And I'm not, like, usually one that's, like, so into kids kind of movies, like family-friendly movies. Like, they're kind of so corny and stupid sometimes. But I hadn't really heard about the first Paddington until Paddington 2 came out, and everyone was like, holy crap, this is the best movie of the year. And I was like, no way, like, no way. So I watched the first one. I loved it. I loved it. Honestly, it kind of reminds me, like, if I compare it to anything, it's like Stuart Little, but better. And yes, the second one came out, and usually you're like, ugh, whatever, like, okay, it's gonna be the same thing. Second one is even better. I love Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant was in the second one. Love him. I loved his character. I thought everything about the second one was so good. I just really enjoyed it a lot. I smiled through the entire thing. I laughed out loud. I cried. Next is one that came out a while ago. Me and my mom watched it on Netflix, and it's called The Paperboy. It's with Zac Efron, Matthew McConaughey, Nicole Kidman. It isn't what I expected from the ad, like from the commercials I had seen. It took a really dark turn for the worst. It was really, I don't even want to say intense, but just really dark and twisted. It's not at all what you expect. If you don't like dark and twisted things, you won't like it. Another thing I saw, 50 Shades Darker. I saw the first 50 Shades, hated it. Like, honestly, I could not imagine a worse movie. The acting, not good. So I saw the second one, a little bit better than the first one. The first one kind of introduced you to everything, and I did kind of like the second plot better. Let me put it that way. The acting was still pretty awful, like horrifically awful, but the plot I think was better in the second one. I was more intrigued by the storyline. Another one, shocking. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I wasn't gonna watch these. I thought, I love the Harry Potter movies, and this is just not going to be the same, and it wasn't. Like, I wasn't disappointed by it whatsoever. Like, I was expecting to be disappointed by it. I was expecting to be like a movie that was going to be hard for me to get through. I think the actors were really, really, really good. I really liked the plot of it, actually. I felt like it wasn't super predictable. What I thought was going to happen didn't happen, which is very strange for me. I can almost always anticipate the ending of a movie. I think that maybe because this one was adults in it and not children, it didn't feel as magical. Like, when you watch the first Harry Potter movie, you are just happy and excited, and, like, maybe it's because they're kids and, like, it's introducing you to it, but when you see this, it just didn't feel magical to me. It didn't feel, like, amazing. There are the parts kind of that maybe did, but not really. Like, it wasn't as exciting. I do really love Eddie Redmayne, and that is one of the reasons I wanted to watch it, because I think he's a great actor. I think he did a really good job. Next, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So good. I actually enjoyed it more than the first one. The first one just did not have enough backstory for me. Like, I found it very confusing. I didn't get who certain people were. So I didn't really like the first one. I had a hard time getting through it. It was okay. I just really like Chris Pratt, and that's kind of the whole main reason why I watched it. The second one, much, much better. I think the plot was so much better. It was really more intriguing. I think now that all the characters had a relationship, and, like, you kind of saw what they were to each other, it was more enjoyable to me. Next, okay, with Chris Evans, it was on Netflix, and it's called Playing It Cool. It was like a really, really cheesy romantic comedy. I watched it, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was obvious, and it was kind of weird. It had a lot of people in it, so I think that's why I wanted to watch it. It had Aubrey Plaza in it, Luke Wilson, obviously Chris Evans. The only thing I really didn't like was, like, it was a narrating kind of movie, and I hate when movies are narrated. I just don't normally like that. I made it through, and it was kind of funny and, like, stupid, but it was okay. Like, if you want a romantic comedy that you could just, like, shut off your brain and watch, Playing It Cool is okay. I watched The Big Sick. Very, very, very good. I love that it was based on, like, a true story. I love everything about it, really. Every relationship and every conversation felt very authentic and real. Like, it felt like a really real thing. Like, it didn't feel like a movie, kind of. I think the acting was really good. It was kind of a romantic comedy, but also not that funny. Like, it had its funny moments, but it just felt so real and I really loved it. Okay, Wonder. I watched Wonder, the one with the little boy and Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson. Wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. My parents went to see it and they said that it felt like a Lifetime movie. Didn't feel like that to me. It was better than a Lifetime movie for sure, but I don't know, like it was disappointing to me for some reason. Like I liked it, I got through it, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like as amazing as I thought it was gonna be. One that I am gonna tell you to go watch right now is Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. If you haven't seen that, holy smokes, it was amazing. It was amazing. It's kind of, I don't want to say disturbing, but it was so good. Like that is a movie, if it doesn't win the Academy Award, I'll be kind of shocked. The acting is so good. Okay, another movie I saw, The Light Between Oceans. That is a book. I read the book first, loved it, loved the book so much. Not so much the ending, kind of hate the ending. Movie, also hate the ending. The movie I love Alicia Vikander, I'm saying her name wrong, and Michael Fassbender. I think they're really good actors, and the acting was good. Because I think it kind of ruined it for me because I read the book first, so obviously it didn't live up to that. They left out so many important details. I thought the book, like it wouldn't have added too much length to the movie if they added those things, and they also kind of did stuff out of order, and I don't know, the visuals and the direction, I think, of the movie was really good. The acting was really good. It was just kind of like they took so much away from the plot of the book, and that's where it disappointed me, I think. But I think all the casting was amazing for that movie. I do think if you didn't read the book of The Light Between Oceans, you will like the movie. It's a beautiful movie. Shh. What's next? Oh, okay, this is my last one, I, Tonya. I watched I, Tonya very recently. I haven't formed my opinion fully. Acting phenomenal. Every single actor. The guy who played her husband, I didn't know he was in the movie until I was watching it, and I thought, whoa, what a choice. I did not expect him to be playing that role, and he did it really well. But I didn't like the way they did it, like the documentary-ish style of it. It felt weird. Like, I think it would have been better without that. I just would have preferred that way. I think maybe because I know the true story so well and I have made up my mind about it. If you take it apart from knowing it's a true story and you take it apart from reality, it's enjoyable. Like, it was definitely an enjoyable movie, but when you compare it to, like, real life, that's where I was kind of not loving it. It wasn't my favorite of the Academy Award movies by any means, but it was enjoyable, it was entertaining, the acting was good. So that is my mini movie reviews. I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, if there's like a specific movie you want me to watch and review for my next one. Thank you for watching. If you did like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more from me in the future. Bye!